18th, 64 AD. The greatest city in the world never sleeps, even at night. 1 million inhabitants, thousands of shops, the endless noise of markets and taverns. The summer heat this year is unbearable. The walls of buildings burn like an oven. The air is heavy and still. At the heart of the city stands the Circus Maximus. Just hours ago, crowds roared here, cheering for chariots. Now, silence. Only a few merchants remain, packing away their goods. Oil, cloth, dry wood, everything around is as flammable as gunpowder. No one noticed when the first spark caught. Perhaps a fallen oil lamp, perhaps someone's carelessness. The fire started quietly, almost invisible. But the wind from the Tiber picked it up, and within minutes, an entire shop was consumed in flames. The first screams tore through the night. Neighbors rushed into the streets and saw walls of fire where homes had stood just moments before. The narrow alleyways of Rome became a trap. Flames leapt from rooftop to rooftop, faster than any man could run. By dawn, it was clear this was no ordinary fire. The blaze had already swallowed several districts and showed no sign of stopping. Rome's fire brigades, 7,000 men, rushed through the streets, but were powerless against an inferno of this scale. The insulae, the towering apartment blocks where thousands of the poor lived, burned like candles. Wood, straw, rotting beams. People jumped from windows. Mothers passed children through the flames to strangers below. Those who hesitated did not survive. In the streets, chaos. Some fled the city carrying whatever they could grab. Others tried to return for family members still trapped inside. Looters moved through the smoke, ransacking abandoned homes. The screaming never stopped. For 6 days the fire raged. It seemed to slow, and then it erupted again, this time in a different district. Later, some would claim the second outbreak was no accident, that someone had set it deliberately. But in those burning days, no one knew who to blame. Emperor Nero was not in Rome when the fire began. He was at his villa in Antium, 30 miles away. When word reached him, he returned to the city immediately, or so the official story went. But rumors spread faster than flames. The people whispered that Nero had watched Rome burn from a high tower, playing his lyre and singing about the fall of Troy. The historian Tacitus would later write that this story could not be confirmed. But in a city reduced to ash, people needed someone to blame, and the emperor was the easiest target. Nero opened his own gardens and palaces to the homeless. He organized food supplies and temporary shelter. He lowered the price of grain. By any measure, his response was swift, but none of it mattered to a population that had lost everything. Suspicion, once planted, does not burn away like wood. The fire ultimately destroyed 10 of Rome's 14 districts. Centuries of history, temples, archives, irreplaceable works of art, gone in days. The city that had conquered the world lay in ruin, blanketed in ash and silence. Serious and documentary. Nero needed a scapegoat. The rumors about him had grown too loud, too dangerous, and so he turned to a small, obscure religious sect that most Romans barely knew existed. He blamed the Christians. Arrests began immediately. Executions followed. Some were thrown to wild animals in the arena, others were crucified. Some were coated in pitch and set alight at night, used as human torches to light Nero's gardens. It was the first systematic persecution of Christians in Roman history, and it would not be the last. But from the ashes, something new began to rise. Nero ordered Rome to be rebuilt, not the cramped, chaotic city of old, but something grander, wider streets, stone and brick instead of wood, buildings with fire breaks between them. In destruction, the emperor saw his opportunity to remake the world's greatest city in his own image. And at the center of his new Rome, Nero built the Domus Aurea, the Golden House, a palace so vast it covered an entire hill. Its entrance hall held a statue of Nero himself, 130 feet tall. The people of Rome had lost their homes. Their emperor had gained a kingdom. Who truly started the Great Fire of Rome? 2,000 years later, we still do not know. Was it an accident, born of heat and carelessness? Was it Nero's ambition made real? Was it as he claimed, the Christians? History offers no definitive answer. Only the ashes remain, and the questions that still burn within them.